Hello everybody, welcome back to another knife and tool review. Today, just a quick double whammy. We have the Cabela's folding knife. Overall length of 6 inches, close length 3.5 inches, weight 2.9 ounces. Supposedly it's titanium coated 420 steel with a pocket clip and a liner lock and a lightweight machined aluminum handle, aka cheap handle. So we'll check that out. And we also have the Cabela's Multitool, both in pink here, more of a purple, magenta maybe, yeah, somewhere in there. We have stainless steel construction, titanium color coating and aluminum handle, nylon sheath, flat nose pliers, flathead screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver saw, wire strippers, scissors, bottle opener, knife blade. 3 inches closed, 3.875 overall. What is that, 3 7/8? Yeah, 3 7/8. And 3.8 ounces weight. Bass Pro Cabela's. I didn't know they were associated. Interesting. All right, let's get out my good old Dozier Designs K-bar. Start with the multi-tool. Ooh, interesting. Packaging opens very easily. Gotta love that. Ooh, here we go. The way it's displayed, you got the scissors right here. We have the bottle opener, can opener, the saw, a knife blade, screwdriver, the other screwdriver, and pliers. They are spring-loaded. Hey, that's nice for the price point. Although they aren't a particularly good spring. I mean, you can see the spring right there in the middle. I'm afraid if you were to do any heavy use of that, it would get, yeah, that could pop right out at any second. That is no detent holding that in. It is just there. It just exists. All right. It's in a hole. Wire cutters. They are bypass cutters. They're not crimp cutters. So you might get some weird looking cuts on those. I prefer they were meet in the middle cutters, not bypass. But we have regular pliers, needleless pliers. And one thing that is nice about this, it's very stiff. A little sharp looking, but the nice thing is they are accessible from the outside while the multi-tool is closed. We got a knife blade. That's actually surprisingly sharp for how cheap this is. No locks on any blades, of course. Here we have opener of some kind. We got our screwdriver, Phillips, and we have our flathead here. Another notch for seemingly no reason, because like, what are you going to open with that? That's not going to hook anything. On the other side, we got our saw blade. Might do something on a twig. Doesn't line up quite, so it doesn't go in. All right, interesting. We got our, what is this supposed to be? Bottle opener? It's not going to be opening any cans. Look how dull that is. I'm sorry, but that's not going to be opening anything. Okay. And finally, the scissors. Yeah, I mean, it's about as cheap as you can get. But, you know, it says Cabela's on it. It's pink. It's a cool little collectible, right? That's enough time spent on that. 3 minutes is plenty. Let's get this bad boy open. Come on. Ooh, there we go. 420 steel, huh? Has the little trademark of El Cheapo knives. Just comes with a little protector on the end. Sharpness, it's not dull, but it's not sharp, you know. Doubt you cut paper with it. It's almost a double-edged design, not really. Thumb stud is long, but not really grippy enough. Liner lock. Liner lock is stiff. Closes smoothly. Yeah, one-hand opening is possible. It's a small knife. It's definitely a small knife. What did it say the length was? It doesn't say a length. That's interesting. Oh yeah, here we go. Close length, 3.5 inches. Overall length, 6. So that makes the blade, what, 2.5? I'd believe it. I mean, you really got like 1.5 inches of usable space on there. But pocket clip. That's, yeah. I mean, compared to a nice pocket clip like on this K-bar one, like this is still a cheap knife, but this is a little bit thicker. Actually, that's about the same. Yeah, that's about the same. But this is definitely a better quality steel because it keeps springiness. I'm not so sure how this one would hold up. Might be a little pokey. Let me put it in my pocket real quick. Yeah, no, that holds. And 3 Torx screws. You can take that off. You can bend it and adjust the tension. I'd say, does that have a magnetic detent? It feels like it has a magnetic detent. Interesting. Yeah, it's a good small knife, small-handed user. Just a good little thing to throw anywhere. And they're not high quality, but it does have the Torx on the pin, so you can take that out, change the tension if you want to. Looks like a nylon bushing in there. Yeah, so not too shabby. It's got one up on the buck knives, 112 slim, whereas you can actually take the pins apart and adjust it and clean it. Although I would be worried about these holes here getting grit and grime in there. Also, a random hole here, I'm assuming for a lanyard. Kind of silly, but I've always found it funny when knives had a lanyard hole in the back, right where the tip of the knife is, because that's not going to cut through your lanyard at all, is it? I'm interested to see, because look at this blade goes all the way to the back of the knife. Like, you can see it right there. It goes all the way to the back. When it comes out, see this? That is right at the back. That's interesting. You don't see many knives that they really packed in as much blade as they could. Here it says China. Oop. Here it says China. And here it says Cabela's. I don't think that is very high quality engraving. It's probably just a coating or something. But hey, what are you gonna say? They're like $6 or something like that. And now you got a matching set here. So can't really complain about that all that much. Ta-da!